Hey everyone, it's me, Maximus. I'm here today. I'm Scott couldn't be here, so I'm Maximus. I'm gonna do the whole video like this because I know Maximus has played this game before. Here we go.
Yeah, so we're doing Generation 6 this time around, guys. And yeah. This is a very short generation, so this shouldn't take too long. And I guess Max is joining me instead of Scott today. So,
It's
starting
not
off,
really much, even it's me.
oh man, what a
Right, here we
shocker.
go. I've switched it.
uh so Chespin, I guess, right? Let's get into it. I think he's cute. I think the first form of him is really cute. I'd go as far to say best friend actually with this guy.
Yes.
All
So
right, I'll take that as an agreement because
I've
you're
only
like,
played X
yes.
and Y twice, so I've never used this card. Yeah. I was going to say best friend. I do like him.
Okay,
I do
okay.
not like the others. Um, especially that
No,
middle one.
yeah, he
That
kind of
middle
gets
one.
worse.
I feel like that's ooh.
Yeah,
And I don't know what I think about this last
I actually
one.
think that
I
he's
don't hate the
worse.
last one, but
I would say that he's worse
mm,
personally because I think you could still argue that this guy's a little
oh
cute, but then he just gets like not cute and he's just kind of weird and awkward. I would say Dungeons for the last one.
yeah, I'll work with that. I'll work with it. I'm working on it.
So this is my preferred starter line in Kalos. I actually really like the Firefox. You know
Yeah, that's
what?
the best friend.
Yeah, definitely best friend for the first one. I would actually say best friends for the second one as well, and then maybe just regular friends for the final form.
Uh,
I don't know, something about the final form just doesn't look quite right.
I see. This is one of those ones that I was my first playthrough and I used it, and I didn't really think about how weird it was until after. But you know what? I feel like I'm I feel like it's friend for the second and also friend for the middle.
Yeah, that's good enough. So I hate this line. I hate this next entire line entirely. If it was up to me, I would say execute on sight for all three of them. Maybe if I'm being
Now
gracious,
hold
I'll
on.
say that Greninja can be dungeons because he's a ninja, and I guess that's kind of cool. But the rest of them, I want execute on sight personally. That's my
So
vote.
in honor of my friend Michael, Froakie is a saved.
All right, there you go. Wait,
Uh,
Feroki, is that the first one?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I looked through the list. I may
There's not
regret
a
it. I
lot.
don't
There's
think I
not a
will.
lot to save, so I that's a fair one to do.
Um, then if I'm looking at the others,
I'm
I'm
surprised
like,
you didn't save Greninja out of all of them.
no, because Froakie. I won't go into the story, but I'll tell you after. Um, there's a reason Froakie is important to me and my friendship with Michael. So I think I think Greninja's cool. I would have said he was a best friend, but I imagine that's not going to work. The one
So
in the middle is probably just all right for me.
okay, so all right. Given this is a starter, I'll bump it up to the higher of the two since neither of these are a clean cut half.
Yeah.
So that is where that'll land.
Okay. That
I
works.
hate
Um,
both these guys, especially this one that looks like he's got caca all over him. Like I hate that. This guy's an execute on sight for me. This one's all right.
yeah, I don't like the second one. I think the first one's all right, but it's no Baneri. I'd be willing to say they're all right.
What do you think about this guy? You execute on sight.
Oh yeah. That guy, he's dead. He's dead than disco.
I'll
I
be
like
honest.
the bird.
I think they're just all right. I don't think they're offensive, but I think they're just kind of like regular birds. There's nothing super cool about them. So
I think
I
it's
mean, if you look at the
honestly just
metadata and say like, oh, well, they're a Firebird, well, that's kind of cool, but like again, this just kind of looks like a red bird to me, so I'm like, eh.
and actually, according to Cerebi, Fletchling, the first one, is just a normal flying type. So
Oh,
that doesn't even go that. The others are, so you're right about that. Fletchling, for me, it goes best friend, friend. They're all right.
okay. So I said, so that'll be there. Uh, we'll put this one, and then you said what was the last one?
uh, they're all right. So
Okay.
that would be,
Yeah, because I said all
yeah.
three of them were just all right.
Now,
Um,
I have a
I
sort of funny thing about Scatterbug. I think he's a really funny looking Pokemon. And because of that, I'm actually thinking they might be a best friend for the meme potential of it. I
I would
think so.
say they're all right. So that'll put him into friends. I do kind of like this guy, and Legends EA made me like him a little bit more. So I would go up to friends
Um,
for this guy. I don't know how you feel about him.
uh,
He's just got like a little coat.
yeah, you know what? They're all cute. I don't know. I still have not played that game. Um, so yeah,
Worse Butterfree, I'm gonna say is all
yeah,
right.
that looks ugly, and I thought it was a fairy type for the longest time, but clearly it isn't. So I feel like they they should go to the dungeons.
All right, I think it was fitting between there. Um,
Okay.
I don't like any of the lion line either, to be honest with you. I think they're super like bad looking. I would actually put all. Well, let's say the baby will put an ew, but the adult ones, they're going to dungeons in my mind.
I quite like Leo. That's the first one. I think it is a friend for me. The others, I think, are just sort of ugly. Um, I'm not a big lion guy. I may put them in. Ew. There's a reason I haven't used a Leo before because of that.
I don't really care about these things, but I think Floette's kind of cool given the lore importance. So I'd say Floette could be a friend, and the other two, I would say they're all right. Actually, no, this one's all right. This one's an ew. I don't like this one. I think it's got
Yeah, I was
makeup and
actually.
everything on.
I would agree with that, except I would say the last one is a dungeon for me.
I'm good with that. And you said all right for this one, and then friends for this one too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
I don't really feel
Ditto.
anything about these two. So
I
I,
don't. They're just all wrong to me.
yeah, I would just say all right.
Yeah. Now I wonder what you'll think about this because I'm quite like attached to this Pancham. I think he's a friend. He reminds me a bit like Punky Max.
Uh, I don't really care for him. I mean, here's the thing. I think the bigger one's sort of cooler. So I would say maybe the bigger ones they're all right, and then the smaller ones an ew for me.
Hmm. I feel like
But you said friends for the first one.
friend, and then so it's friend, and then I just think the other is all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you could leave him
You know, I
there.
have to say, I'm really surprised by your like so far. Like, I don't think you've said anything higher than.
There are
Well, you
some here.
said
I
you're.
looked. There are someone here I do really like, but like that's gonna be a later thing, which is
Yeah.
funny. This
Okay.
guy I feel nothing for. In fact, I actually kind of don't like him, so I'm gonna say dungeons. Actually, I want to go a little stronger than ew this time.
Yeah, I don't like it because it's like some side mode that I think is. I mean, it's not something you're required to do, but I just think it's a waste of time. So yeah, dungeons. I don't like what it stands for.
I love this thing. Actually, I would say best friends for this thing, and I think it's.
I would agree,
I think
but I
I
think the next one is a criminal.
no, yeah, I don't like the next one. I really like this one because I'm pretty sure something along the lines of it is the reason it's standing like that is it's just constantly trying to keep its psychic powers in, so it's like literally just going into like automatonic mode in like the outside because it is struggling to contain its power, which I think is just really funny, which is why he's got that look on his face. Yeah, I'll zoom in for the people here. Yeah, look at that. All right. So this thing, yeah,
That's
you
execute.
you said execute.
Yeah, it's a cat.
I'm gonna say dungeons, and I'm gonna say that maybe we'll put him there if that's all right with you, because I don't
That's fine.
know.
That's fine.
I think that there are some people that belong in the dungeons, and this one, while bad, is not bad enough that it should be in the dungeons. Like there are some in here that I'm like, oh, absolutely dungeons, and
Now,
or
I
execute.
will say the next one. That is a pure like the trio best friends for me.
I would say the first two would be friends, but like nobody wants to like. I don't think anyone's like really excited for these two specifically. I always think Agislash is the best friend, where like everyone wants that guy because he's so cool.
For me, it's the middle one where I'm like, I only really like it'd be fine on its own, but it's really just like, oh yeah, it's the first one, but there's two. But like,
Yeah,
I do like how it's just like a sword and like I'm like it's fine. It's like a good extension. It is a good evolution. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, like I
I
think they
think
all
they're
go
all
together.
cool. Don't get me wrong. I think they're all cool. I'm thinking like if I had to like I don't know. I always go for that Aegislash. I'm never like super pumped to have the first two swords because I always just want to get the final evo of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
What about Britzy?
so the first one's all right. I actually kind of like the other one better. I'd actually say the second one would be a friend in my mind.
I don't really like any of these. I feel like it's all all right and then ooh
Okay, so that
for
evens
me.
out to both all right. I don't like these
These
things
ones,
at all. I
yeah,
would say
execute for me.
dungeons and then execute.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy. Now this one I really like.
I
I'm
think
a bit
they're all
upset
right.
with like. Well, I think they're a best friend. I really like how they evolve. I don't really like what they evolve into, so I don't think I would ever really use it. I also don't like how it isn't at all a water type. I feel like it should be, but
I think the second form's
yeah,
all right as well.
I think it's honestly it's best friend and then execute. Quite honestly,
Okay. We'll go a little harsher on this one.
yeah.
Um, I think both these guys should be executed on sight. To be honest with you,
Really, I don't hate this for some
I
reason.
hate them. They look like the colors are awful. Their faces, I hate. Don't like that they're just hands and there's just hands everywhere. Even his head is a hand. Like I hate all that. I hate all of it, and I think it's stupid. I don't even understand what it's supposed to be. I hate it. I hate it so much. Actually, I think it's one of the worst designs in Pokemon.
Honestly, I think they end up being all right to me. I don't hate them. I would actually use them on a team.
I'll do this since we have two of them
Yeah.
and we grouped them together.
Now I
Uh,
think this next one is an over designed Pokemon.
yeah, I don't really
Not
care
this
for
one,
it.
but the like second level. I
I
think
think the
it's a
first
they're all
one.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they're
do you
all
think?
right, and then for me,
I'm good with
this
that.
is
I
it's
like that.
something a bit too much about it. Um,
I think Blue
I
Crab
quite
is all
like.
right.
I think they're a friend, maybe even a best friend, but I'm willing to go to friend.
What about Bigger Blue?
And the other one
I think
is
they're still
they're
all
all
right.
right. Yeah, yeah. Now this one, this is a best friend.
I think they're all
Surely.
right.
Really?
You see, you always go for cute designs, and I don't typically go for cute designs.
You say that, but you went for Fennekin.
Well, Fennekin, it's because I love the entire line, right? But it's not normally cute designs that I go for. There are some cute designs I like, but it's typically earlier Mons when I like the cute designs. And it's more cute as in like pink and stuff like that, whereas like generally just small guy, I don't really care as much for. Which this guy just
Yeah,
qualifies as small guy. Same with this one and that one and this one. Like there's just a bunch of small guys. Um Second form,
fair enough. I don't really like the second form that much. I feel
I'd
like
still
it
say
would be a
alright
good middle
personally.
form. They're all right. It would be an all right middle form, but the fact that that's where it ends, I'm like, oh, this thing deserves like one final push. Um,
I don't like this guy. I'm gonna say ill personally, because I think that he looks like a Digimon, and I don't like that.
to me, there's a I think it was Fossil Fighters or Fossil Champions, and they was basically like Pokemon with dinosaurs, and it reminds me of that. I think they're all right. I always sort of I use them on my team, but I don't really think about them that much. They're all right.
I'd say this guy be
Um,
a friend. He's kind of cool, right? Having a T Rex Pokemon, I was like, no, that's kind of cool. Like, it wouldn't really be
yeah,
my
that's all
cup of
right.
tea, but like, I would say he's good enough to be a friend.
Yeah, yeah, I would go for they're all right. Um, for this one,
I
I
like these
used this.
two. I like these two. I would actually would I go as far to say best friend though?
Well, I'll help you out. I'm saying they're all right for
Okay,
both.
let's boost this guy to friend then and say they're all right for this one.
You know, I'm actually quite surprised by myself here being like, yeah, they're all right. Towards like, oh, I actually quite like this one because I was thinking, don't really know about this generation, but
Best
um,
friend for
now
Sylveon, obviously, right? That's an obvious thing we can say. Or you do you not
I
like the trans icon Pokemon?
don't say that. You can't push it on that.
It
It
is. It
is
is.
like
It is famously a trans icon Pokemon. It
uh,
is literally the colors of the trans flag.
I'm sorry, not transphobic at all. I I do not like this Pokemon that much. I think they are
Classic
all right.
Scott. Classic Scott,
Don't
ladies
say
and
classic
gentlemen.
Scott. Don't say classic Scott, please. um, yeah, they're just all right.
Let's still boosting them to friends because I'm saying best friend because I'm an ally. Halucha. Um, I don't really care for this guy all that much. I don't actually. No, I actually don't like him. I don't like his coloring. I'm gonna say ew.
I think they're all right, which puts them at two.
Yeah, I hate
uh,
Pikachu clones. Famously, I'm executing that guy on sight.
I think he's just all right. You know, he's not the best. He's not the worst.
We'll put him in dungeons. That feels fitting. I like this thing. I would say best friend because he's a
Uh,
rock, and I think it's cool. And I like that they all are friends with Diancie and follow it around and everything else. I think it's fun.
so I don't really know what that is. So I'm like, I don't really like this one. I think it's just all right. Can't really say much beyond that. Like, it doesn't make me feel ill. So yeah, they're all right.
I don't like the first form of this. I think it's just kind of weird little guy. Um, but I wouldn't say they offend me enough that I'd say ew. So I'd say for the first one of this line, they're all right.
Yeah, I think it's a they're all right. They're all right. And then it's just sort of I
See,
don't
for
really like
me,
them.
the next two I actually would have said best friends because I actually do like those guys.
I just don't want to cuddle them. my best friends, I want to give them. I guess not really. I was going to say like I hug my best friends, but you've got to earn a Scott hug. You should never trust a hug, Devon. It's just a
It's
way to
so
hide your
funny
face.
because there's so many lists where we just like I feel like I don't know when the cutoff was. It was either Gen 3 or Gen 4. Our best friends like capability went to the like sank to the bottom of the ocean because we just completely disagree on any Pokemon past that. I feel like
I mean, see, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I know you're not that warm about Gen 4, but for me, like, this is where I've played these Pokemon games, but I didn't watch the anime. I didn't like keep up with all that. It wasn't really talked about like on the playground, so like, I didn't really have much of an affinity towards these. And also, a distinct lack of mystery dungeon games has meant that there's less moments from these cool Pokemon. Um, Cliff Key is the best friend. He's
that's a
cool.
no, he's not. That's a dungeons for me. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. He's a dungeons for me. I don't mean to take away
I
your
am
opinion.
so surprised.
He's just a pair of keys. Why would I like it? He's just your car keys. Like that's all he is. Um,
There's lore associated with him.
what? That he's a pair of keys and that he opens doors with his keys.
I don't know. I feel like if I said that, you would. Oh, yeah, you know what? Klefki does have in Mewtwo Mystery of Arceus's bumhole. He unlocks Balthazar's castle.
I mean, Klefki is almost like famously appointed as like Pokemon not having original designs because it is just a set of keys. Like that is like one of the like famous ones of like people complaining about it, and I kind of
But like people say that shit, but then like Magnemite, it goes all the way back to the original. There's always been Pokemon that are like, yeah, is this a real world thing?
well, at least with Magnemite, they did something more than just make a set of living keys. Like Magnemite has like a ball and a screw in the top of his head and a weird giant fucking eyeball, and but this guy, he's mostly just keys.
No, but they made it like his the keyhole is his mouth. I think that's cool. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just saying, like, in terms of the overall argument of like Pokemon, there's no original designs. Um,
No,
that's just
and no, and
that's just
I'm
really
not.
not
I'm not
cool.
trying to argue that. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not saying
trying
you
to.
specifically. I mean when I've heard it before.
Yeah, I mean, I get.
It's
Yeah, I kind of get what they're saying, but also I do agree with you that it's like, well, Pokemon doesn't. Pokemon's not really like you could argue a lot of them are unoriginal. Like, this is just a T Rex, or this is just a bird, and stuff like that. Like, there's a
yeah.
lot you could point to and just say, well, it's just this or that. I just think it's
Mhm.
funny because people are like, ah, yes, I'll throw my car keys at God when they're fighting Arceus with Klefki.
As they should, as they should. Phantump.
These guys are both best friends for me. I love these guys.
Um, I think I like the first one. I think the other one, I wouldn't actually be friends with it, but I do like the design. You know what? If I'm making that distinction, just so people know, I would not be friends with the second one, but like I would use it on a team. Which is probably sounds terrible, but yeah, you know what? I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
You're good with
You've
best
convinced
friends?
me. Yeah. You've convinced me because I'm looking at it like I would use it on a team. Like, I'm frightened by it, but I think it's a cool design.
I
Um,
I would
not
also say best friends for these next two as well. I love
no. This might be your the saved because don't enjoy these. I think they're all right to quite honestly execute.
well the funny thing is this actually was the one I was planning on saving from the beginning because I knew you were going to have the wrong opinion.
Oh, it's not
uh
about wrong opinions. You've
uh
probably done the right thing because looking at the remainder, it's like, yeah, we do have a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, there's one that I feel like you're gonna also dislike that I like, but honestly, I think it's funnier to say Pumpkaboo because they just look like that and they're cute. Um, I hate both of
I don't.
these. I hate this guy. I feel neutral towards this guy. So this one I would say execute on sight. This one I'm gonna say they're all right.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree. I think there's a
Mm.
cool boss in Legends Arceus with this second one. Maybe not cool,
There
but I
is,
remember him.
yeah, and it's kind of cool. That's why he kind of gets raised up to they're all right. Um, they're
Noibat.
they're all right, I guess. Like I don't feel any
Yeah,
strongly
it's
about
a they're
this.
all right. It's,
I
I
would
always
actually
think
say
there
this
was
guy's
that
kind of
oh,
cool, but again, not cool enough that I'd say friend, but just kind of worth noting, I guess. I think I'd also say they're all right for this guy.
wait, what's the like pseudo legendary like the Dragonite? Is there just not one?
Maybe it is this thing.
Holy fucking shit! X and Y is just a whole other level of shittiness.
No, because
Right.
isn't there? You know what? No, no, no. I think the pseudo legendary was Gudra actually.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. You get a pass this time, X and Y. Only this time. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a weird. They're all right.
Yeah, like
Over designed again for me. Like it's like, oh, what are you doing here? Um.
I like
So
Xerneas.
I was a Y guy. Like that's the one that I had. Not for like the legendary reasons. I think maybe it was. I don't know. I think most people were X, but like I was just like I prefer this other thing. I like the colours of that at least. It reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds for some reason. Um, I'm not a big fan of Ludolf the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
See, it's
Um,
funny because I am an X guy, and I think the Y looks like over designed, edgy stuff. So I
yeah, I
kind of
feel
have
like
the
mine looks
opposite
like
opinion.
shadow. Uh, I don't know. I think most people are X people.
Well, it's
I
because
wouldn't be
Y.
surprised if like,
Well, canonically, Scott, I believe Y is actually Shadow the Hedgehog's placenta from when he was born. I think
oh, I
that's
like
I
her.
think that's what he actually is. I think in the lore that's what they say.
Regardless, I feel like the X one I can't even pronounce these names. So it's the X one for me is like honestly they're both just like I prefer the Y one, but it's not enough to make me say like, oh yeah, they're friends. They're just both alright to me. Genuinely, it's like
Honestly, I was gonna
one's
think
dead,
about making a
one's not.
case for uh X to be a friend, but I kind of agree with you. I think they're both kind of all right.
They're just quite forgettable. I don't like
So,
the Z one.
ooh, you don't like any form of the Z one? Because I don't like the dog one.
I didn't even see there were others. Hold on. I like
Yeah,
the middle one. I don't like
yeah,
the
I
snake. I
do
only
like.
see the snake on my part. That one's the best friend. The one you're hovering on, best friend. Dog, ugly.
Yeah, we can
Dog
agree
is
on those.
ridiculous.
I
I
can't say
also
I'd
know
execute a
nothing
dog,
about
so I'll
them.
put him in dungeons.
I can. I
um,
can. But
I actually would say best friend for the snake one too. I think the snake one's cool looking.
I think Dungeons. I have no affinity towards this. I've not played the game ZA or whatever. Um,
I would say best friend for Deancey as well. I like the gem Pokemon.
Genuinely, I've seen this before. Had no clue what it was. Um, they're all right. I have no opinion. They are just all right. What the fuck is that one?
That's Hoopa's final form.
I have never ever. You're making what the? No,
Hmm.
I've
That's Hoopa
never.
Unbound.
Again, this just shows you I know nothing about these.
I think they're. I think I like the funny thing is, so here's the thing. I don't care for Hoopa's design super much, but I love the concept of Hoopa. Like I like the Pokemon that can just throw rings and open up portals to different places and travel through them. Like in the much the way that like Celebi is like the helper to Dialga, this feels like Hoopa is the helper to Palkia.
Yeah, and that's cool, but I think they're ugly. So I think for me, they are dungeons, and then the other one is just like I've never seen it before, so they're all right. And I didn't even know about this last one until last week when I was talking to Michael, the Froakie, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's like one that has like this massive ring on it." I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Never seen this before. I think it's a rip-off of Heatran. And already
To be
Heatran was
fair,
not one that I like.
Heatran wasn't very good. If anything, I'd say maybe this was an improvement on Heatran.
No, I just agree because it just looks like he's got like a massive. You know, those like things that people when they go to the swimming
I'd
pool and
say
they
this
float
is more
through it.
memorable than Heatran in my mind because Heatran to me just looks like a flaming turd.
Mm. To me, this is the biggest sin of all, which is it's unoriginal and over-designed. So well, it's not the biggest sin of all because I'm looking at some of those execute on site.
Yeah,
Uh, so I'm thinking, ooh, it makes me
I'm good with you.
upset. I do find it interesting that it's fire and water. Would love to learn more about that. But yeah, none of that sort of thing is. I mean, it's in the games maybe, but I don't know. That's the
Honestly,
list.
I feel pretty good about this. You know, we
I,
we had this is probably one of the ones that we've made that I probably agree a bit more with because some of them I come out of it and I'm like, you know what, Scott, we differ too much and I don't care for how we landed. But this one I feel pretty good about where we landed overall.
I must admit, I'm quite surprised by myself. As I said, I thought genuinely I'd be a bit more like in the middle, but there was some that I was like, oh yeah, I actually quite like this one. As I've mentioned before, this is the generation I start to like not. I wouldn't be able to tell you a lot of the. Well, maybe like by looking at it, but not from memory. Um, Again, I've played these. I actually thought that Esper. I'm looking at the Gen 7 Pokemon, and I thought it turned into Marshadow, which is its own thing. I have no idea what that is, but yeah, it's a good list. Nice, fun list. Looking forward to Gen 7. I like Gen 7.
Gen
Maybe
7
I'll
will be
go
a
for that.
I feel like Gen 7 should be a fun one. I also am so worried about Gen 7 because I like a lot of the ones in Gen 7, and I feel like we're going to disagree heavily on Gen 7 like we do all future Pokemon games past Generation 4.
Yeah, but when we do 8, does that count the Hisuian ones?
I don't honestly know where Hisuian ones will fit into all this. I don't know if we'll even. Maybe we could do a small Hisuian one at some point. Because
Yeah,
technically, I think it's. I don't know if it counts as Gen 8, technically. Because
let me
I don't know.
look.
I guess it'll depend on like what Gen 8 will look like. Is Gen 8 where we start getting the regional variants, or is that no? It's a lowland. So we'll see in Gen 7 what they count as a lowland Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because if we get
Oh
regional
God.
variants, then yes, we probably should throw. Well, no, because Legends Arceus also got they had all their Pokemon transfer to Gen 9, so that might be a Gen 9 thing.
I'm seeing that Typhlosion again. Utterly ridiculous.
That'll be my save. Spoiler warning, that'll be my save.
Uh, Next time on Devon Scotters, I don't actually know what we're doing next time.
Next time
That's it.
on Devis Scottus. Coop dies in a car crash. Scott
No,
goes to the funeral. Max and Scott get married. Max returns from the
Max is dead.
dead.
Yeah, yeah, that is important to
Devin
establish.
goes
That
back to college. And then, I don't know. Maybe Zacharias gets revealed to be the plot twist villain of Act 3. That'd be pretty sick, right?